Oh. I heard wolf prints. Woof. Well, I hate coming this way. Hello gang, welcome back to our Interloper series in the Long Dark. My name is Lonelywolf and we're back at it again, hurrying back as quickly as we can to get a meal before the day is done. We've got some precious food waiting for us back over at the trailers near Hibernia. But first we have a little detour to make up towards not the abandoned one, but the proper lookout. And because I don't recall if I've been up there yet, and I don't think I have. If we have time, we'll also make a quick stop over at the log sort just to make sure we got that cleared out, but I'm positive we have. We just gotta watch out for a couple of wolves along the way, perhaps, if there's any. Any other potential threats, if there are any. And just play it by ear to make sure everything is smooth, but I don't foresee us running into too much trouble along the way here. It's a relatively quiet route that I decided to take to get over there. So barring any catastrophic events, we should be pretty much 90% wolf free for the entirety of our trip over to the new, I say as I hear the wolves howl in the distance. I do know it is entirely possible for there to be wolves this direction, but I was kind of hoping we'd catch a break. Doing a little cliff hopping here. I want to maintain the high ground. Though there's not much of it left. The wolves that do usually circle around up here usually stick further over to the right hand side of the portion of the area I'm attempting to go through. So by hugging this cliff face, should maintain safety. Especially considering we're about to crest a rise that we can't see over. Never guaranteed safety in this portion, but as long as you play it safe, you should be okay. I've already seen this corpse too, huh? Alright, so we're back near the creek. The lookout's just up this hillside, and this is where we hit wolf territory. Hoping to be able to get a little bit higher up. Beggars can't be choosers. We're just gonna have to forge forward and hope for the best. And hug the left side of the face, as we know it's safer up here. Again, it's totally possible for wolves to be in any of these positions. But the odds of it this way are much nicer. I love these odds way better. We'll probably end up freezing a little bit along the way, but the price one has to pay. Safety is my top priority. And it looks safe.
Can't feel my feet.
Gonna jump off this rock face here. We're analyzing it for security purposes. There's rarely, if ever, any wolves this direction, so I feel relatively safe, but I'm not gonna throw caution to the wind by any means. I'd hate to get on a one-on-one confrontation with wolves. I do trust my aim, but stuff happens. Can't always guarantee a proper shot. Been several times where I've tried to pull the arrow back and for whatever reason the game didn't register the click, and that click was all it took for the wolf to win that engagement. So I'm never going to hesitate when it comes to safety in Interloper. So yeah, we're going to freeze a little bit here, but we'll be alright. And get up here, we're going to check it out, we're going to pop on down. Still have plenty of these. Keep pushing forward. There can be more wolves down through this drop down, so it pays to be safe, but as far over as we are, I don't think any could even get to us, to scent us, or see us, considering the height of the terrain I am on. Never any guarantees, though. This is the long dark. This is a nice secluded pathway up this way, circling around where the old lookout used to be. I think the reason they changed the map from what it once was to give this portion of the terrain a bit more love. There never used to be any reason to be down over near this area unless you're visiting the derailment, which, let's be honest, there's not much there, so most people avoid it like the plague because of the amount of wolves that circle it. Can sometimes be a rifle in there on lower difficulty modes, but beyond that it's a relatively dangerous spot to visit with relatively low loot tables, even in the most yielding of circumstances, which Interloper most certainly is not. I don't believe I visited there. In fact, I'm pretty sure I've been up here, but if I have, I've either left something behind or else I've completely forgotten it. It doesn't matter, it's worth a trip anyway, just to make sure and we've cleared it out, and I'll remember from the point forward whether we have or not. My first run through Mystery Lake, if I recall correctly, was just hitting up a few of the major points, and I don't think it included everything, but this will verify or negate that stance. Once we return to the trailers outside Hibernia, that's where we're going to start focusing on our game plan for the future here, when it comes to our survival long term in the long dark. On Interloper here, we're going to need those deerskin pants. We're going to be heading off to a new region soon to find some undies. Desperately another pair of undies. I have most definitely been in here. I'm gonna definitely clean this place out. Minus a heavy hammer. It's actually warm in here, which is kind of shocking to me, considering lower temperatures. So we will just pass time to warm up enough to go and visit Log Sort. I hate being hypothermic. It's only 3 degrees outside. It is a lot of gear. That heavy hammer could come in spectacular handiness, though, if we get into a confrontation that I can't handle otherwise. The hammer really scares wolves off fast. Deals like no damage. Like the chances you have using the hammer against a wolf is it instantly dies or it runs off and it doesn't die. So if you really want to pay that wolf a visit later on down the road, use the hammer. If you want to die right away, use the knife. But in Loper, you're pretty much dead no matter what, so your choices become use what you have. I'm trying to remember the safe mountain goat path down off of here, and I'm pretty sure it's right down here. Yeah, it is. This leads us right down to the Log Sort, which is a wonderful place for us to visit. You know, this is probably one of the most broken abilities in the game. You know, they've done their fair bit of work to balance it as best as they can to make sure it's not abused so heavily, but let's be honest, it's literally one of the most OP things in the game right now, beyond Loper Wolves, and I'm not even kidding when I say that. There's literally no reason not to do Skyrim. I mean, you can get down from serious height disadvantages just by utilizing it. It makes for some pretty spectacular getaways, provided you're not worried about torn clothing or sprains. Very particularly useful when dealing with bears and such, sometimes if they're not sighted you or something. It's all around a really good thing to have in your arsenal. It's going to come up in one of the videos later on when I get into advanced tactics for the long dart. Right now we just finished up hunting yesterday. So plenty of sticks here. This is going to be a good old stick farm for us. Probably should have warmed up a little bit more, but we'll only lose like 5% more condition by grabbing sticks, so it's worth it. We'll just regain it back overnight. We're not spending the night here. We're just gonna rest till warm and then push back over to the trailer. Then we'll probably hunt the moose or some crap. I don't know. Love to get a proper meat supply in here. I don't know if the moose is gonna be the right idea for that though, because we intend to leave not too long from now and go through Pleasant to Timberwolf. We're just waiting on those deerskin pants. Hopefully we'll find our undies at Timberwolf, but wouldn't be surprised. Plus we can't stay out long at Timberwolf. The trip up the mountain, I'm making one trip. Plus there's not that much loot even in Loper, so I think I can get all down the face in one go. Searched. Left some shoes behind. That's some cured leather. Empty, go figure. Nothing in here. I am actually starting to get pretty heavy here. This is trailer number 1. What does trailer number 2 have to offer? Anything I left behind, perhaps? Doubt it, but I mean, check. Ain't no harm in checking. If I've left anything behind, I want to get it out so I can use it. Empty there, go figure. I did clear everything out pretty thoroughly. And in Interloper, there's not really anything to leave behind, so doesn't really shock me the condition I've left the place. Now that we know this, we know the only things left for us in Pleasant Valley is whatever's atop Skeeter's Ridge and the abandoned Prepper's Cache, beyond what little things can be found in cars and such along the way, so there's that as well. Empty, empty, empty. Old bedroll can't be used. Some jeans. I left behind some jeans. I wonder if they're better than my current pair. 64% or no, they're not. Well, they'll be good for cloth in a bit. Alright, we're gonna rest just till we're warm enough to make the trip. I don't want it to be too dark out in case there's Aurora or some crap and we get stuck with some mangy meat bags of wolves. Be a bit early for Aurora, but on nights there are Aurora, the wolves turn green early, and I don't really want to deal with Aurora wolves. From my experience, they're much more aggressive. They don't have any deterrence beyond a flashlight, which is a pointless thing of metal to carry around unless you want to be out and about on an Aurora night. And as far as I can tell, they have far more health, but that just could be my opinion. From my experience, typically 1 arrow shot, sometimes 2 if you're unlucky, is all it takes to take a wolf down, but Aurora wolves always seem to take 2 shots to down. And I don't know whether if that's intentional, just randomness, RNG coming into play, if I'm missing anything, I don't know. Okay, I officially can't sprint now. I've exceeded my weight limit by quite a bit. We've got a lot of gear we're carting on us, so knowing we can't sprint, I have no decoys. We either have fire or take the full frontal assault from a wolf if we run into one. Neither of which are optimal situations. But hey, YOLO. I'd hate to lose this run, but hey. I ain't no fiddle master, so I ain't gonna be selling or attempting to bargain my soul with the devil, that's for sure. Sounds quiet. Could be good, could be bad. As long as I don't hear any wolf prints, I think we'll be safe. The wolves that usually hang around this area are in Stalker only, occasionally in Voyager, but I've found this area right through here to be pleasantly devoid of wolves in Loper, for the most part. God damn right it's freezing. The only wolf I'm worried about is the potential for there to be one under the bridge here. He wasn't there the past 2 days I've been near this area, so I can hope he's not there now. fact, we may actually have a safe time investigating the caboose and stuff tomorrow when we're healthy. But I don't want to push our luck. Especially considering how fatigued we are right now. Wolf was lethal at this point. I'd have to hit the headshot and hope the hammer deals enough damage or scare value to get it off. I could try the walk and talk, but considering my condition, my best option would honestly be to take the moose at this point. If the wolf were to come at me, it would just be go down and head towards the moose. Probably would anger the moose into chasing me, which means I'd end up with broken ribs. But I'd be alive. The wolf would be scared off. It's a valid tactic. I'd rather it be a bear. Bears have a much larger scare radius for wolves than do moose. You have to be hyper close to a bear for it to charge, whereas moose, they don't give a rat's ass. Anyway, it's a good thing we've gotten ourselves so tired. It means we'll actually be able to sleep through the night for once. Remember when I used to be scared of the Hydro Dam? Like, absolutely bat crazy scared. Oh. I heard wolf prints. Woof. Well, I hate coming this way. Stay back there. My heart is at 165 beats a second right now. One look at us and we're dead. I didn't want to draw the bow, but I was trying to pick up the meat, but it decided it was 1 inch too far away to see. Alright, well. That's my emergency store materials. We'll warm up and we're gonna drop our gear off. What are we putting in here? Clothing? Okay. I've got a bit of that I don't need right now. Not a lot. Alright, that handles clothing. Materials. Green and green. So I did get some more saplings along the way. Drop off here. Alright, back to here. Oh, that gets materials out of the way. I don't need 20 cloth on me at all times. Can subsist with 5. Get the Reshi in there. Tools, don't need the heavy hammer on me. I don't need the pot. Don't need the arrowhead. Don't need the book. Don't need the tools. Don't need the pry bar. Food we're good. Clothing we're good. Meds we're good. I've got all these books. And sticks. Alright, we've been here for a couple of minutes. There's dinner, back inside. This is why I absolutely hate the bridge section. It's a death trap, especially for new players, especially for Interloper players, especially for anybody who's not really familiar with the Long Dark as a whole. Now that's out of the way, though. He wasn't there earlier, you know. Well, we were worried about him, but whatever. Alright, time to sleep and recover lost condition. That's gonna be it for this episode. Woof. One heck of an episode, that's for sure. Anyway, not even morning yet, we're fully rested. 81% condition though. Okay, we're getting back up there. Anyway, I've been Lonelywolf. I hope you guys have enjoyed. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Until then, stay safe and stay warm out there.